welcome to the B Team Podcast. I am your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host,
Matt Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
We're here every week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. The B Team Podcast. Be here. Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, with our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson. Well, he's chipper today.
He is. That's what 3 weeks of vacation will do for you.
3 weeks, yeah.
How many weeks?
Like 3 days. I got 3 days. I didn't even recognize 3 days of vacation. Was the rest just travel? The other 3 weeks? No, it was never run up from there for 3 weeks. It was like 6 days.
And went from 3 days to 6 days. We'll get to the truth.
And Matt was supposed to, take care of some stuff while I was gone, but it clearly didn't happen. So
oh boy,
my phone was blowing up the entire time.
Well, and our co-host is
Matt Mars.
And we're here every Thursday for all things Bentonville business and bourbon. And Matt, do you want to just open this up today? I've never had this before. Yeah. Bob, you said it's good.
It is good. I've had it. It's been a while since I've had it, but it is definitely good. Yeah. Okay. I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, I've never had it.
You saw it on the shelf in a store, or you saw it in your allocated bourbon closet shelf and said, I'm going to bring something for the guys.
No. I'm not going to bring you anything for you guys.
I didn't think so.
I thought he was bringing a lot beat today.
I did too.
Well, I mean, I was going to. See how I poured the guest first?
He's learning after a season and a half.
You haven't even introduced him. So the second guest next. Never even thought about it. Got to do Rob.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Josh is like, good. Just a splash.
Just a splash until I find out if I like it. Well, cheers to our guest.
Cheers. Cheers. And we got some Noah's Mill. It smells great.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. Is it good?
Yeah.
I remember it being good. I kind of regret breaking it.
Hey, pour another splash for everybody.
This is good. Right. This is like where we bring all the Goodwill bourbon in here.
So where's Russ's tasting notes on this? Because this is interesting.
I pick up a lot of vanilla beans.
Cracked vanilla bean?
It might be cracked, but it's vanilla. It is really good.
It's got a lot of flavor.
It is.
All right. Well, we're here to introduce Luke and Posh Pups NWA. I've known Luke for 10 years, maybe 12 years. So Luke's been in Shadow Valley. He's been a teaching pro for a long time, and he just got the entrepreneurial bug recently. So he opened, and you have a dog, and I have multiple dogs. And
how many dogs do you have?
3. 3 dogs, 6 kids, 1 wife, 1 ex-wife.
Yeah, partridge and pear tree.
It's a
so what is Luke? Does he train dogs?
So
I had a Matt's moving service move a couch to your house because your dog ate your couch. So we may need to talk to him.
He doesn't do training yet.
All right, so we're gonna digress here for a second. I'm coming out of Shadow Valley the other day, and I'm like, that looks like Matt's truck, but there's like all these couches stacked up and like tied down like Sanford and Son. And I'm like, what is he doing? Yes. Josh was conveniently.
I was out of town. Matt had to move the couch for my wife. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, like man.
Well,
what's happening?
Well, I got to change the topic here. But you guys know how much I like when Diana comes over and does massage at the house, and all about the piece where leaving the house and doing these things. Getting the dogs in the car for grooming is a royal pain in the ass. They're scratching up the windows, and it's a mess. So Luke just started a mobile dog grooming service, and I know there's others out there. We'll talk about the pros and the cons and benefits, but how did you get started with this?
So the backstory, I have a 75-pound golden doodle myself. And we had a personal groomer that was a mobile groomer in the area. They basically
butchered.
Stopped grooming. Well, she did a good job. We got butchered before that at multiple places. With golden doodles, we don't want Max to look like a poodle personally. So when you're taking them in and you're telling them what to do, they're kind of doing their own thing. And then you come back out with the product and go, wait, hold on.
Or they're like, the dog was matted, so we had to cut all the hair
Exactly. Off. Yeah, that's a big one too.
He's fired up today.
Yeah. He's going for it.
His dog Patch. Yeah, he wouldn't come around for like 2 days, and they'd cut him too short.
Right.
Like he was embarrassed. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I remember. I mean, Rob and I, we went to get a haircut, and we used to have hair like Josh. You know? Yeah.
And then you started going to the gym.
Are you going to start a mobile haircut place for us? I mean, we'll have you over.
The more we keep talking, pet training. I've been doing that. Now I'm cutting Josh is going to be worried.
We've changed the business model. You've been open for 3 weeks. You've changed your business model twice now.
Imagine a pretty cool van pulls up in front of your house. It's loaded with bourbon, maybe a little music, some LED lights, and you go out front and get your haircut.
Give him Josh that.
Hot shit LED lights.
Yeah.
Well, we have the podcast girl out, like the thought bubbles going in her head.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
I bet you it would crush. Yeah.
Licensing issues.
They thought about it.
Did you? Yeah.
Well,
there you have it.
Mobile haircutting became a hot topic during COVID, but you can do it. Like there's a lot of licensing issues to being able to doing that. So
that's interesting.
yes. So anyway, before Rob takes over the whole podcast, I want to go back to you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was like, let me get my folder out. We need to get to the next bullet point. We got his name, what he's doing, and then it went wheels.
That's it. Wheels off.
Drinking bourbon. You never know where it's going to go, right? So we had a good experience. We got a groomer that we trusted that was doing a good job. She went from her mobile business independently and would come to our house, and then we had to go to her house, which was downtown Bentonville at the time, which again is miles away. So that became more inconvenient. And then she got pregnant, stopped grooming completely. So then we're out. And so we started calling around to all the mobile dog grooming businesses, and it's a month, you're on a wait list, 3 months, and it was just impossible to get them in. In the meantime, my sister has been grooming dogs for 15 years, but she's in Oklahoma. So we drove up there and had my sister do it. And Kim is the biggest critic on the face of
Kim is your wife. Yes. Shout out to Kim.
Shout out to Kim.
Great home decorator, by the way.
Oh,
great home decorator.
Yeah.
She did my basement. She's fantastic.
Very, very true. And the minute my sister Krisha had finished the groomed, she comes out and says, "That's the best groom he's ever had." So the second
The light bulb went off. Ding.
It did, yeah. The thought process has started going at that point, but the second time it went up, I approached Krisha and said, "Would you want to start a grooming business? Let me get all the research done, all the logistics, and if you're in, I want to base this around the quality grooms, not the mobile. You get a shaved dog,
right.
Groom side of it." So it just kind of spun from there. I mean, honestly, it's been probably about 10 months in the process, and we've been open for 5.5 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
So
okay, so it's super new.
And Posh Pups, you got a English theme, like it's wrapped like...
Yeah, so like a double-decker bus. Yeah, that was...
Oh, that's cool.
The branding was a really big part starting out. The research for me, looking at what everybody else was doing, and everything is kind of cutesy and cartoony and everything else, and I just went, no, like this, we're going to do this. We're going to make it stand out above everything else from the branding perspective. And the name, it's one of those things. I'm laying in bed, name popped in my head. I go, that's it. I want to research and make sure that nobody else has it trademarked. Went from that to the design side and just set up within that first day of like, I want it to be this as far as the logo and the branding. Ran with it from there.
But the English thing to me is it's got like this upscale. It's always like, past the Grey Poupon, the commercials back in the day. Like it's got this premium looking feel to it.
Yeah, definitely.
And to your point, and this is sort of the Jets Place business model versus the other places. It's you want a premium high end experience or do you want a haircut?
Exactly.
And that's exactly what you've created here. This premium high end experience in an area that there's good disposable income and people care about their dogs as much as they care about themselves.
Very much so, if not more.
If not more.
Yeah. Ask Matt. Ours just we have an expensive $100 dog at the vet for a week.
Right.
It's fine, but it's just they're part of your family, and that's what you do. And it's the same with grooming. I mean, it's a big deal because we're all busy, and when you can have someone like you come and do that, and you get home and that's one less thing on your list to do.
Can you imagine Carrie's working out of the house today, the van shows up, the dog goes in, and it comes out? How long does it take typically?
You look at an hour and a half to 2.5 hours.
Van's parked outside, it comes back inside, you hand him the Venmo piece and you're done. What's better than that? You don't have to leave the house for anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that.
I have a red healer that I need to have you come over and clean him up.
We will. You have some stories on some of the dogs we've had so far, guys.
Well, before you got here, because you were late as typical, Rob already booked himself with an appointment, not for himself, for Bo on next Wednesday, just like that. I mean, he's already client.
No,
Done deal.
done and done. Yeah, I need to have him. Maybe I can have you come do Roscoe afterwards.
Or maybe you could bring Roscoe over to Bobby's.
He sheds more than, and I'm sure that helps with shedding if you keep up on the
It does.
on the
You got hefty shed, so it's a big deal.
I'm sure you guys brush him twice a day. Yeah, never.
The dog gets more attention than you at the house.
Like you pet him, it's like Chevy Chase with the sap, and you're like, it's just hair everywhere.
The dog is more expensive than a Rolex right now, from the way I understand it.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Right?
He is. Yeah.
Right?
So, but no, I think that's I can't wait to see your. I want to see. We're gonna have to get a picture to put up on the.
We'll put a picture up. And he's in Shadow Valley all the time. So there's the van, like there's the van bus. What do you call it?
Bus,
Like,
yeah.
There's the bus, and it's just hanging out. And
While you were waiting, you could have had that all up here. To be giving him a plug during the podcast.
Well,
there's another idea.
we'll edit that
Why
in.
do we not ever throw a logo up here?
We'll edit that in. You guys are. You both have IVs today.
right.
Sometimes.
We just have the prod. We're prodding you. No, like the day of podcast, Josh, he texts us about 100 times. He's like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, do this.
Just show up on time. Clearly that worked. That's all I asked. Show up on time. Clearly that worked, Luke. Maybe I should be like my wife and send them no responses, and then nobody will show up. But last time Matt was supposed to bring a guest, and we're sitting here. I'm like, is your guest showing up? He texts her, and she goes, oh, I had the wrong day. So sometimes you have to stay on top.
That was my fault.
Got it.
It wasn't my fault.
So how has the first 5 weeks been?
It's going well. I mean, I think most businesses, when you open up the first week, potentially is going to be one of the busiest ones that you have, and that held true for us. I think we did 23 or 24 dogs on the first week, and with all the connections, that's where all that flooded in. So we're like, all right, let's plug these in. Let's try to get our format going on how this works. And then after that, it toned down a little bit, but not very much. So prediction for me, we would drop off, second and third week, and we'd have a little bit of time to kind of fiddle with things and, make some changes, and it was really like that.
It's a good problem to have.
It was, yeah. We're averaging.
You better start looking for a second van.
Or that's if I could do it right now, I would.
Yeah.
Like that. It's finding that second groomer that's going to buy into the business. That's my big one. So, there's only 2 risks in this that can kind of kill us off, and that's losing the groomer, and crashing the bus.
Yeah.
Those 2 things. So, there's a few little leads out there that I'm looking at, and if we can get another really good groomer buy into it, and they've got a client list, we're ready to go right away.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
So I have a question. Like, how do you become a dog groomer? Like, is there a school for it, or you just
You thinking about a second job?
No,
But it sounds like he's interviewing for the second job.
It's an interesting question.
Rob's your guy.
Rob's out. He's like, I have 2 boys that I could get in.
Oh, in.
But I mean, how do you become a dog groomer? Like, is there a school for it, or you just trial and error?
There's certifications. My sister kind of went in on the bait side. Like, she started when she was younger as a bather. So just kind of a part-time job. And like backstory for us, our family has been involved with, like, actually there is pet training, if you want to call it that, but my granddad was a horse trainer. So, all of our family kind of leans towards animals in some type of way, whether it's, just having dogs.
Man, you were a horse trainer too, weren't you? One point, or did you?
I used to have horses.
I thought you.
I wouldn't call him a trainer. But I got 4th out of 4.
Just say I got 4th.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say
Leave it at
4th.
that.
Leave it at that. 4th out of 100. Leave it to the imagination.
Oh yeah, it might make stuff put in there. But yeah, so she started on the bottom end, kind of worked her way up,
Right.
and so that was all in-house experience for her, and then get certified and kind of moving on from there. But so she didn't take that route as far as going to school for it, but there are schools out there for it as well.
Easiest breed to groom, hardest breed to groom,
Doodles are the worst.
because
I mean, it's just curly hair, double coated, mats. They've got the most upkeep.
What kind of dog do you have?
Doodle. But and at Bo's age,
Did we say Tuesday or Wednesday lesson next week? I don't know about that.
he's like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the curly hair. He still has that puppy hair that's still straight.
It's a little wavy.
Make it easy.
Yeah, it's got some curl in it.
It's got some
not
curl.
much.
He's trying to downplay what the service is going to be.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked pricing yet. Doodles are extra expensive, right?
I thought if you heard it on the podcast, the first person who called in, it was free. So
Is that Robert? That's why he came today.
Oh yeah.
That's why I showed up.
He wanted to beat Matt into make sure he got it free.
It's like, if anyone's going to get the deal today, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, is it different for dog? Like when you go see say you come to Rob's dog or my dog.
Yeah.
Do you look at it and say, okay, you need to do this every 2 weeks or every 6 weeks? Like, are dogs
It would be
different for what they need, or is it just what the individual wants?
Yeah, I mean, you're with doodles. It's better to be on a 3 to 4 week rotation.
Yeah.
It's just
How active they are they jumping in the pool, not jumping?
Oh yeah,
in the pool.
if you
the
go
lake,
to the
not the lake.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But it's the brush routine in between, and if you're
That's
You're right. I'm gonna have to change what I said my sister.
We didn't get to the pricing yet. Hold on. So the price keeps going up.
It does. I'm like, hey, we got a good one.
Fish on. Look, I got a doodle and a red healer that wants to kill everything.
That's a good one too. That'll take a little longer trying to bite your hands before you try to groom it around.
Yeah. Like those kind of dogs, you just like put a muzzle on it, right?
You can, yeah. We have some. It's trying to get around the face at that point. Once you try to groom that side,
Yeah, just be like a beard. It's fine.
It looks great here, but right here it's just not. No, wouldn't let you.
Yeah,
do
I want to
it,
have
so.
you. I want to have you come do him also. Just,
Well, hold on. We haven't asked pricing yet because Rob doesn't care, but for you, it may be like, can I get a buy one, get one
he's
free?
The golden dog now, So I mean, the golden dog. Matt's got to protect his investment.
Yeah. That's another day, another podcast. Maybe with the cameras off.
So basically, do you guys? I know you're 5 weeks in, but do you just do like say Rob wants to do it every 2 or 3 weeks? Do you do like a package where he's does like a yearly?
We do a
Service,
recurring. We can go
or-
out 6 months is what we go
Okay.
right now. So if you want to do recurring every 3 to 4 weeks, we can go.
Is there a price discount for that? If you're
We don't right now, but we're doing the 10% off. First time client discount, and then we're going to build into that. So we're kind of feeling everything out right now, just being for a very short time.
Yeah.
And then if we did go for a 6 month package deal, then it's something we've talked about, and we'll definitely.
Because I think it's like, like the bug guy or the fertilizer guy. It's the same kind of thing. Like they're like, we can all do it ourselves, but you either don't remember, and then you wait too long, and then you have 4 rounds to catch back up. Whereas if you're on schedule with them, you're like, okay, every 3 weeks, Bo's getting his hair done.
He just shows up at your house. Like, hey, I'm on my way.
That's I think that's the big part that's nice, because we all get busy with life, and then you're so far past.
Well, right. The dog was supposed to go every 4 weeks, but it's going every 12 weeks because you're too busy to do it. If he's just showing up every 4 weeks, right? Just fantastic. So is it a la carte? Like if I want the nails clipped, is it a different price than a wash, than a cut, or how do you price everything?
It's a 3-type price structure. So you've got bath and trim, and full groom. Okay. So bath is self-explanatory, but we will clip nails and do brush out, trim everything. The bath and trim is basically a sanitary, so wherever they get dirty, so face, paws, private area, right, in those ranges, and so you're not touching any of the body, and you're not cutting head, ears, things like that. Nail trim and everything is included in that as well. And then you've got full groom, which is self-explanatory.
Okay.
Specialized a la carte stuff would be nail grinding. So if you would grind the nails.
That's what my dog needs. My dog hates which pain in the ass. Like I have a tiny pug, and she hates nails clipped, so it has to be grinding, which is probably more pain in the ass for you as well.
It depends on the dog. It depends if they're sensitive to the paws. If they are, then that's a little bit trickier. But like I said, so far, even with the dogs that have been fairly tricky, it's gone well. So hasn't really put us behind too much.
So is it priced based on size of dog or?
Yeah, it's by pounds.
Okay, so his 15-pound dog is going to be, for a base, is how much?
I think you're looking at about 115 for a full groom.
Full.
That's the full. It's more than the
30K.
gents.
And then so a 50-pound dog would be up another.
You're incrementally coming up. A 50s, you're getting into the large side, so 135.
Oh, so it's.
But have to look. It doesn't go up too much. No, you're getting into the giant, like 100+ pound dog, and you're getting to about 205.
Right.
All right, now question for you. So if Matt decided he wanted to get himself groomed, can we do that? Can we hose him down?
I would have to ask my sister.
You do a whole body. We can groom the Italian sweater. Does that go by the pounds as well? Yeah. Because if so, we can't do that.
We have to figure out where that is. We don't have that category.
That's an off the menu special. Yeah,
We have to talk about that one.
Let's just put him under the St. Bernard level.
We got a pressure washer as well.
Pressure.
I'd love to see that. Well, maybe I wouldn't love to see that. Never mind. Rob asked me offline. He was embarrassed to ask this question, but do they do the anal gland stuff too? Or no? They do.
He's asking for
Rob, if you need it.
his dog Kevin has to get that, I think.
They do that as well.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
They do that. See?
Why then he doesn't run your his butter across your carpet? I think they get like smell or something, don't they?
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's God bless your sister for.
I know.
Yeah, that's not her favorite thing to do.
Oh, I bet.
So now I don't even know. Does she like Northwest Arkansas?
Yeah, she's loving it. Yeah, and she's loving it.
So
She didn't move here though.
Oh,
she's not here yet.
Okay.
So let's tell that story.
Down here. Yeah.
She's driving from Oklahoma.
Where out in Oklahoma? Great. Oh, so not too bad.
Yeah. So it's not too bad of a drive back and forth, but she's feeling it.
It's a solid hour. If everything's good.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
So Luke, Rob was asking me, so what's the anal gland thing? Because he had never heard of this before.
You ever heard of it? No. So it's just
We can give Bo an extra one.
So from what I know, right? So when it does drag across the carpet, it's trying to expel it. So they would do that in the wild, but they have rough surfaces, so it would actually semi-expel. But any vet or groomer has to go in and actually squeeze the gland. Otherwise, you're dealing with a harp, and Josh just obviously know about that.
Oh, it ain't good.
It is.
Bo's gonna need an extra special anal gland.
Is it certain? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just certain breeds, or maybe it's certain breeds that it's more pronounced.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
because like my wife's sister had a.
Too bad on ours.
Yeah,
Well, that dog needs. We're gonna up the price for next week. He needs a double anal gland.
Clearly, it sounds like your dog needs one. Although your Kevin, I know they need them all the time.
Kevin's a mess. The bulldog needs it. Oh yeah.
And then my wife's sister had a basset hound. They would always need them. Pretty bad, but
yeah, but the smell is horrific. It's
terrible.
It's a bad deal, sir.
So then Josh just had to bring it down below reproach.
I just wanted to help Rob because he didn't know what he needed to ask for when
my dog doesn't have that problem.
Not that you're aware of.
He's a juvenile.
Yeah,
Doesn't come in yet.
Once they hit more of an adult.
Yeah, I don't remember Patch having that issue. No.
I think you should print.
And he was a big golden doodle. He was 75, 80 pounds.
Yeah, Max is 75. And he's not terrible, but he will. And then you just start going like, no, we got to go get it done. It's just that you get that whiff, and it's just like, oh boy. And like I said, he's not too bad. So maybe the doodles aren't, on the really bad side, but you might get lucky.
You're gonna have to put that on one of your little TikTok teasers. Are you getting that whiff at your house?
Call Posh Pups. Posh Pups. We got a problem.
We could have Kevin on there with the phone, and then the double-decker buzz coming.
Here's all your marketing right here. This is perfect.
This is perfect.
And Rob's face like, what? What's that smell?
What is happening?
It's great.
It's bad. Do you have any, do you have we always talk about like the Northwest Arkansas stay-at-home moms, the ones that like we talk about on some of these podcasts, in Tennis Plus and other things.
Right.
Are they standing there like, oh, Muffy, please don't, like, are they coming onto the bus with you, or are you having a hard time getting them to go?
No, we haven't had too much of an issue with that. Yeah. I think if you've got a protective pet parent, it's way worse if they're there. I mean,
Angie. Yeah. Angie. No, Angie would.
Sorry.
Well, probably like the first First or second time, it's probably bad, and then after that, they probably the dogs and the owners probably get
every time the owner is there, the dog is worse.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, of course.
I'm certain.
So you just, it's excited to see the parent. It wants to leave. So, but we haven't had too much of an issue with that at all. And we've had to call some of the owners back onto the bus to kind of show them certain things. And one of them was the dog that was biting a little bit. It was a great dog. It was more defensive. It was just like latched onto my leg. I'm like, hey, look.
Next week.
It won't let go. Can you get it off?
That's just let it finish, Clark.
Luke's not lifting up his arm, showing the bite marks there.
It's under the table. But the dog was a great dog, but we think it had been treated poorly at a groom before, and it was not anywhere near as bad with me when I got on the bus, but it didn't like my sister. So it might have been a female groomer that had kind of done.
Because usually it's the opposite. Usually they don't like males, and they.
Yeah, so we just we're real transparent. We're not trying to hide anything. If there's an issue, the owner's going to come on board and show that. And the same thing with, when you talk to somebody, ask them about their dog, you're like, okay, you're kind of saying, how bad is it?
Yeah.
Right?
Are you asking questions beforehand?
Yeah. So we have, whenever you sign up for a groom, that you go through questionnaires, and we've got to have details and notes on the dog, from temperament to coat type to, you've got all kinds of things.
He's trying to back out. Let me give you Angie's email. You can send that questionnaire to her.
Yeah. We're going to pass it on.
Yeah, I'm out.
Rob's blind now. Rob is out now. Ain't no blind side. Wait, we got to do that?
Can we talk about the bus again? So you bought a bus from a builder?
Yeah.
But now obviously the bus had to be totally remodeled inside for did you pull out all the seats? What kind of renovation do you have to do?
Yeah, it's, if you're getting a blank canvas, then you're just starting from scratch. This is a guy that's been building bus for about 7 or 8 years, and his wife groomed as well. So his background on it was trying to arrow through his wife's business. So he had a good idea of because we're using inverters and batteries instead of a generator. Types of, utilization for the sinks, like configuration and everything else. So I had a pretty, extensive conversation with this guy, and he showed me a lot of his previous builds beforehand. So it was him and his brother-in-law that built the bus. So I got comfortable with him after.
So the bus was built specifically for dog grooming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to do a whole lot to it.
Didn't have to do anything for that.
Okay.
I just flew up. It was outside of Cleveland and drove it all the way back.
So you lucked out to find a bus that was actually used for the purposes that you needed it.
Yeah, there's a lot around, surprisingly. It's not, you might not find anything local, but from a national base, I got on Facebook.
I'm sure people are like, let's get into the dog mobile grooming business and build a bus, and then 6 months later they're like, not for me.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a decent amount of inventory out there, but it was trying to figure out who to trust. It's like buying a used car,
Yeah.
So we're not getting it built ourselves. So this first one, it's like starting any business, right? There's a lot of research, trial and error. And now there's a few little things I would change on the bus. When we go into the next one, I've got a friend of my brother-in-law's that used to build ambulances, and he's locked on for being my builder for the next one. So then I can get a blank canvas. We can go in there and just design it ourselves. And now I know enough about it, we can really move along and start going from there, from the local side. So that's been a huge, obviously your contacts are the biggest.
And are you like,
biggest
is the bus all self-contained, or do you like hook the hose up or something when you get to the house, or you have all
No,
your stuff?
Yeah, it's got a 75-gallon fresh tank, 75-gallon gray tank.
Nice.
It's like I said, the inverter batteries and everything in there, as far as your...
you're just pulling it up in the driveway and you don't have to bother me again other than for my credit card.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Probably credit card is on file.
And it can be. Yep. So it's, everything we get into, we try to make it as simple as possible.
I love that.
And it's, open communication with the owners, and, being in the tennis industry and dealing with a lot of people myself, that's...
This one.
Have you
had the conversation yet with him that he's ready for pickleball?
I'm just saying he's played. It may not be what he wants to do, right?
He doesn't think he's
They're trying to get me to stop tennis from my injury.
Padel?
Really?
They want me. They think I should move to pickleball because I'm 53 and I can't handle tennis anymore.
Yeah,
He's being let out to pasture.
It's almost time.
Demoted.
Luke's a very good tennis player, but he's been teaching and coaching in Chatham Valley for forever. He's a good tennis player and a better instructor. So it's fascinating that you said I'm going to just get into a new business.
Yeah, it just steamrolled. It was just one of those, ideas popped in your head, and I started to justify it for, I'm going to be OCD about all the things that I do. If it looked too risky, I'm not touching it. If I didn't have my sister, I would not have done it.
Yeah. And that's key, right?
Very.
Because if the groomer's gone, there's not much you could do.
We have nothing.
Yeah.
We have nothing. So the family-based side of that, and in our conversations, I think we probably had 3 or 4 conversations where I said, okay, Carisha, like,
are you sure?
This is real. Yeah, I said, this is real.
Yeah, like, I'm going to Cleveland.
If you tell me yes now, I'm going to go buy stuff, and I'm going to start getting the business set up. But
so is she a co-owner or an employee? How did you?
She's an employee.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll work through as we start to expand, because the goal is to not just stay with one of us. Yeah. We're looking to expand and go outside of Northwest Arkansas. So as that materializes, and that will change her role later on, in the business. But right now, it's putting out the quality and getting everybody to kind of see our brand, know that we're established as far as a solid business in the area, and just kind of go from there.
Outside of Matt's TikTok idea, do you have what other marketing things are you doing at this point?
Oh, so we've partnered with Canine Resorts.
Shout out to Max and Don Bachman. We had them on early.
Yeah.
So
smart.
And we were talking about that before the business actually even came into play. It was just an idea. Max and I were talking. I said, look, I just kind of want your feedback being in the pet industry. And then it went from that to, okay, if you do it, maybe we can link up. So that easily
brilliant
10 months, a year ago.
Yep.
And so we're just starting to do that now this month. We'll be there the 20th of June.
So you'll do stuff right in their parking lot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll go there once a month. Yeah, we'll do that. We've hit Farmers Market downtown Bentonville, had the bus out there, promotional pictures, giving out, discounts.
Smart.
Because there's no one walking around the farmer's market with their dogs.
It's pretty, it was pretty sparse. The tumbleweeds
You could go to Lowe's or Home Depot, too. Yeah, exactly. Everyone has to bring their dog.
We've
or X&A. I mean.
that one.
And we're all guilty of it.
Yeah. So it's the promotion of the business has been quite easy, especially with the bus. If we just take it and we're going to have lunch, and then we take the bus, we'll leave it out there. We'll get questions about it. People have walked up to us just to even question what it was, and then having discussions with people from that point. But we've had probably in the last couple of weeks, at least 3 or 4 people that saw the bus, contacted us from that. And it was basically, they were like, we just want to use you because of the bus.
Is there a QR code or something? I assume there's plenty of branding on the bus that's started by.
Yeah. I haven't got the QR code on the bus yet. That's something we're going to add. But we've got all of our socials. We've got the website, phone number, everything there. So
brilliant.
Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you're already thinking about expansion? I mean, is it something you could franchise at some point, or is that just so far down the road?
Yeah. I've looked at every angle. I wasn't starting this just in looking at it from Carisha's perspective. She did it on her own, and I think that would have just been her income. That's what she wanted to do. But for me, it was definitely more expanding the brand and getting something out there that would be seen in other states and cities. It was a bigger picture view from the beginning. But start off putting the product out and then slowly start the expansion. So it might be 2026 before I get another grooming bus and set it up that way.
I mean, that's not that far away.
It isn't that far away.
Probably you can get your grooming license between now and then.
Yeah. Well, you can partner with schools, right? Partner with some grooming schools.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. There's so many avenues out there for us to take that, there's so many connections with different businesses. Even throwing out today, did a social media post about partnering with Canine and getting more business kickback to work with us just from that. So it's limitless almost.
Anything? I say this to myself with the Gents Place. I wish I had done this. Anything you're saying 5 or 6 weeks in and go, I should have went in this direction, or I missed this opportunity, and you're gonna think about it for the next bus?
I think for the bus, it's just the modifications on how to make it more efficient. Layout, how to create more space. Not components are a big deal. So you're jammed up in ours. where the components are maybe in the wrong area. We're losing a little bit of space from that. As far as, I look at it, I don't think I would have done too much different.
That's good.
Yeah, I really don't.
Do you have a picture of the bus?
Yeah, I do.
You need to do one of those gents events where everyone, I mean,
Yep, we talked about once he gets
yearly members should probably get a free groom.
I mean, probably should get a free 6 months.
Gents should probably
Free every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I would think so. If you have every 3-week haircut guy, you should get a free 3-week grooming, right? I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So that's one of them we took outside Ozark.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, we'll put the bus up on the podcast. It's super premium looking.
Yeah, so each one we have Paddington Bear in the window and one of it in this one. So the next one we're going to kind of pull out like, what other English icon can we put in there?
Hold it up to the camera.
Well, probably be easier.
Oh, look there! Look at you right there, Bobby.
Yeah,
There it is.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. I like that it's.
But I'm sure everybody as it's driving by, what is that? Yeah, right. I bet what's what you want. Yeah,
that's so cool.
The London skyline side. There's a lot to it. Our actual logo. We had kind of a proof that came back in that I wasn't happy with, and that was the initial. If you look back on Facebook, you'll see it on there, like, on my Facebook, and it just sat, and I went, this isn't good enough. My sister ended up texting me, my older sister that lives there, Natasha, and she's like, I don't want to hurt feelings, but
you need that.
This is good.
Yeah, you really need that true. Right. Yeah.
So she got with one of her friends, and the logo now is one that she made.
But you want those people to give you that feedback now.
Oh, 100%.
Otherwise,
I
really felt this way, but I don't want to tell you. Like, no, tell me now. I can fix it. But if I don't know, I can't fix it.
Yeah, I think that's where there's not really any regrets from a branding or from the start of the business on how things have gone. There isn't anything really I would have changed because I've had that feedback.
That's good.
So once she did this, I go, Tash, that is it. I'm like, we've got to use that. Like, that's 100% what we're locking in. So we got all the formats up. We got that over to Sign Studio to use for the wrap, and started to kind of mess with the proofs for the design of the bus. And the majority of it we had, like, I want specific things like the dogs in the windows, Paddington on there, I want the corgis, the Royal Corgis, and then the whole setup. And then the designer did the London skyline on the bottom, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this is it. Yeah. Like, that's gold. Like, we're done.
You know what you need next farmers market? You need to wear an Austin Powers uniform. Yeah, baby.
You could hire Matt. He would come out and do it for you.
Like, you walk out of the van.
Yeah, baby.
Powers, they'd be like, I've got to do this.
That is great. You walk out of the van going, yeah, baby. That would be great.
I mean, at first I was thinking you need a Jaguar, like he had painted with the flag on it. But
Bobby, what's the question that every
that you always ask? So when someone calls you up, and this is for the viewers, we got a lot of viewers.
A lot of viewers.
Millions. A lot of viewers. Yeah. They're the best viewers. They're everywhere. They're just great. Great viewers. You just got to respect our viewers. If someone calls you up or reaches out to you and says they heard about you here on the B team, what can you do for them?
We're doing a first-time client discount at 10%.
Okay.
But if they come out with a podcast, we're doing another 10%.
Ooh,
20% for the B team?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Better get on the phone with Carrie and get this booked.
It's done.
Have use the B team code.
That's right.
20%
for everybody but Rob, because I don't know about his dog right now.
His dog's a big dog. It's a $200 dog.
Yeah.
You get 20% off.
You just have to say B team and the code's Bobby. Yeah. The code's Bobby. That's awesome.
Great. Yeah.
No, we have a lot of guests that have come on here, and even a year later, they still are getting, hey, we heard about you on the B team. That's just God, that's
great.
I went a few weeks ago.
I went to Good Sense Sub Shop the other day. I think the guy goes, "Oh my God, you know how many people are coming through here saying the B Team podcast?"
Matt and I ate there today, and while we were there, Angie and Jake came in, and she was like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be Joe Rogan-esque, of course, but there's like you'll start to get a couple of phone calls saying, "I heard you on the B Team podcast," which is cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and you can use it all on your social as well too, which is cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Website, Instagram, tell people how to find you.
Yeah, so it's Posh Pups NWA. .com for the website, Posh Pups NWA for all the socials, Instagram and Facebook.
Cool.
So very, very simple.
Anything else we didn't cover that you want to chat about? Anything we missed?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
So I heard Matt's going to run your TikTok. Matt's going to come out and do the Austin Powers.
Yeah. We don't have the TikTok yet. So.
Shall we shag now or shall we shag later? Shag the dog.
Yeah, I mean, there's another advertisement. Right? You can have him coming in the shag and being like, you got the anal gland thing. I mean, he can turn around. Clean the kitchen, baby. Clean the kitchen.
On that note, Luke.
Yeah.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming in. Congrats.
Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Appreciate it.